So I like this LA City Council president. His name's Herb Wesson. I think the guy's onto something here, right? And he's got the drivers, both Uber and Lyft, he's got the drivers back. So let's just read this article briefly. He proposes $30 per hour wages for Uber and Lyft drivers. He breaks it down how he gets to the $30. And I'm also going to leave the link right beneath this video for you. So here it is. City Council President Herb Wesson is proposing to raise the minimum wage for Los Angeles rideshare drivers, that's us, to at least $30 per hour. The measure would require Uber and Lyft to provide a $15 per hour payment to drivers, in addition to at least another $15 per hour for operating expenses like gas, insurance, and wear and tear on vehicles, Wesson said in a news release Tuesday. The guy gets it, right? He understands that along with those long, hours that we put in, our car takes a lot of damage, right? And to compensate $15 per hour is definitely a step in the right direction. Now the question is, would you prefer, and I'd like to hear your comments, to if the proposal was out that was set in stone, $30 per hour, would you prefer to go that route, or would you like to still stay in the seat that you are in right now, right? Here's the question. Do you want to go this direction, $30 per hour, or would you like to stay in the seat and earn exactly what you're doing right now? Just leave your comment. It's a fair question, right? The flexibility that a ride-sharing gig provides should not serve as an excuse for shortchanging these drivers, Wesson said in a written statement. Earnings less than 10 per hour in Los Angeles simply won't cut it. Amen. Thank you. You're right. If these companies want to operate in Los Angeles, they need to compensate their workers fairly. A 2018 study found that Uber drivers make an average of $9.21 an hour after deducting expenses, fees, and taxes, according to the Economic Policy Institute, a non-profit think tank, right? And I'd be very interested to see how they got to that number. The proposal comes after Governor Gavin Newsom signed sweeping labor legislation to give wage and benefit protections to rideshare drivers. The legislation, which goes into effect on January the 1st, 2020, makes it harder for companies to classify workers as independent contractors instead of employees, who are entitled to minimum wage and benefits like workers' compensation and health insurance premiums. Uber and Lyft leaders opposed the bill, writing an op-ed in San Francisco Chronicle that argued that classifying drivers as employees instead of independent contractors would pose a risk to their businesses, and that it ignores that drivers are supplementing income from other work and that they enjoy the flexibility. Now in AB5, we're still fighting for the flexibility. We're still fighting for the choice to drive with whomever we wish to. Uber, Lyft, any hour we wish to, right? That's in the mix right now. That's being negotiated. Many rideshare drivers have been fighting for better treatment for years. And I can tell you, I've certainly been an advocate and a voice for drivers, fighting for better treatment for drivers. That's pay-wise, rights-wise, voice-wise, you name it. We got to have a say in the mix here. Uber drivers in 10 cities, including Los Angeles, went on strike in May. We were there to protest what they described as unfair pay and lack of transparency. While ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft are creating safer mobility options for our residents, their business model is not aligned with our city's deep-rooted values and weakens the city's social safety net set up to protect the most vulnerable members of our community, Wesson said, and I could not agree more. Thank you for saying that, Mr. Wesson. Wesson's proposal is expected to be heard by the Economic Development Committee, according to the news release. Let's hope this goes in the right direction. And again, a lot of gratitude to the gentleman for standing up for drivers. Thank you.